Autoline Daily is brought to you by Borg Warner, feel good about driving. Bridgestone, your journey, our passion. And by Dow Automotive Systems, improving durability and increasing design flexibility with Betamate structural adhesives at dowbetamate.com.
Welcome to Autoline Daily as we keep you up to speed on the most important developments in the global automotive industry. You know, some people seem to think that the auto industry is technically behind other industries. But a new study from the Center for Automotive Research in Ann Arbor shows that the global automotive industry spends about $100 billion on research and development every year. That cost comes out to about $1,200 per vehicle. There are more engineers employed by automakers than any other industry, as long as you measure it by the number of engineers per 1,000 jobs. And get this, the average car now has 60 microprocessors and more than 10 million lines of software code. You can click the link in today's show notes to read the full study. With all this talk about income inequality, Bentley just reported it had the best sales year in the company's 95-year history. Last year, Bentley sold over 10,000 vehicles, up a very strong 19%. Part of that growth came from the launch of the new Flying Spur and from adding about 11% more showrooms globally. Boy, is there a real truck war brewing between General Motors and Ford in the American market when it comes to truck sales. I'm talking about traditional body-on-frame, rear-wheel drive trucks, vans, and SUVs. Not those front-wheel drive crossovers that are only classified as trucks for cafe purposes. Everyone knows that the Ford F-Series swamps everyone else in pickup sales. In fact, Ford sold more F-Series than Silverados and Sierras combined. But General Motors does a great job of selling full-size SUVs like the Escalade, the Suburban, and Yukon, whereas Ford does not sell that many Expeditions and Navigators. But Ford sells more Econoline vans than Chevy Expresses and GMC Savannahs put together. Add it all up and GM sells just under 1 million traditional trucks a year, while Ford sells just over 1 million. I got a feeling that GM is going to close the gap this year. It's going to have more new products in its showrooms than Ford will. Back in early December, we had Lexus's Jeff Bracken on Autoline After Hours, and during that show, he hinted that the brand would be showing off a new upmarket model at the Detroit Auto Show, but he wouldn't tell us what kind of model it would be. We speculated it could be a sports car like the LF-LC or a luxury sedan like the LS. Well, now we've got our answer. Meet the RC F. It's based on the sporty RC Coupe that Lexus showed off at the Tokyo show last November, but adds things like wider wheels and tires, and active rear wing, cooling ducts, air scoops, and available carbon fiber components. The RCF is said to be the most powerful V8 performance car ever built by Lexus, and I, for one, can't wait to get behind the wheel of one. Hydrogen cars may be the answer for the future, but where do you fill up? Right now, there's not much of a hydrogen infrastructure. That's why Toyota says it's ready to roll up its sleeves and start building part of that infrastructure itself. It plans to put some hydrogen stations at its dealerships and even at trash dumps where they can siphon off methane from those dumps to manufacture hydrogen. But sheesh, some people can't stand the smell of a gas station. Imagine them pulling up to a garbage dump. Coming up next, we'll take you on a walk around of the exterior design of the all-new Chevrolet Tahoe.
There's so much to love about Bridgestone's Dueler tires. The amazing traction, the quiet, comfortable ride, and they're really tough. It's like loving 3 tires in one.
Last year, GM revealed the all-new version of the 2015 Chevy Tahoe that's due to hit showrooms this year. For a look at what changed styling-wise, Chevy put together this video with exterior designer Alexander Enriquez to highlight what's different.
Hi, my name is Alexander Enriquez. I'm lead exterior designer of 2015 Chevrolet Tahoe. You know, the new Tahoe driving down the road, I think the first thing that's going to catch your eye will be just the presence, I think, more than anything. Being a full-size SUV already has this real powerful and great stance. And the things that we've done in the front end was pretty much to emphasize that. We want the front end to be not only somewhat serious and modern, but we also wanted to create a sculpture. One of my favorite features on Tahoe is just a crease line that runs along the body side. And besides being somewhat of a simple feature, just the execution and the beauty that the whole body side has, just the movement on the light there. So what we're trying to accomplish here was a design that is somewhat, sophisticated and athletic and really goes along with the Chevy DNA. One of the things that we took in consideration when we were designing the new Tahoe was improve some of the aerodynamic performance. And we did that actually seamlessly. As you guys can see, pretty much the whole rear of this car was tailored to aero performance. So for instance, it's just a dual element again on a tail lamp. But if you notice, some of the shapes of the tail lamp, along with the shapes of the D-pillar, they pretty much create a better aerodynamic profile. The other thing that we did too, that actually just gonna emphasize this notion of cleanness and execution, is we hide the wiper underneath the spoiler, so it's just a great combination of design and functionality. Tahoe is already a great looking vehicle, and what we're trying to do is just take Tahoe to a whole new level of refinement, execution, and attention to detail.
Remember, all next week we'll be webcasting live from the Detroit Auto Show. On Monday and Tuesday, we'll be covering the media days, thanks to our signature sponsor Chrysler, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. On Wednesday and Thursday, we'll be webcasting the second annual Autoline Supplier Symposium, thanks to our signature sponsor Ford. Those shows start at 2 p.m. Eastern Time at our website, autoline.tv. And that wraps up today's report. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.